Hello, traders. I hope all of you are doing well. Welcome back to Your Nifty Guy. In today's session, we'll be decoding Nifty 50 for tomorrow. I'll walk you through the key zones, the major levels, as well as how I am preparing. It's going to be simple, clean, and practical. No wild guesses, just a solid game plan for tomorrow. Right. So, if this series of videos helps you think clearer about the market, give it a like. It supports the channel as well as makes it spread to a wider audience. Don't forget to subscribe for those daily updates and share your views or trade setups in the comments. Always happy to read through them. Right. And on that note, we'll start with today's analysis. As usual, the video will be divided into two parts. The first part will be where we'll analyze what we did today in the market versus what we had planned yesterday. And in the second part, what we'll do is we'll be planning it for tomorrow. Right. So let's get started. We'll head out straight to the charts. Today again was a no trading day for me, despite market giving some good moves, but nothing formed as per my setup. And you know what is the beauty about having a plan and then trading that plan is that in case if market plays out according to what is your game plan or what setups you use, you can you are already well planned and you can enter those trades effortlessly with much more confidence and clarity. And in case if market behaves in a random way or in a way which is much more different than what you had planned, you simply stay out of the market. But you don't lose your capital, right? In case if you're coming unprepared without a plan, and then you are trying to find out trades, right? If you will want to find out trades in the market because you are a trader and you would want to trade that particular day for that profits, and you will be forcing out a setup. You will be definitely be wanting to look at setups even if they are not forming, and that leads to over trading and unnecessary trading. So that is what is the beauty of planning your trades. Today, there was one particular setup that I had discussed yesterday, and I also discussed it many times, and I also discussed it yesterday about the opening setup, which is there, wherein I said that in case of a bullish candle which closes above this day's high and then the low gets taken out, this is where we can look at a trade on the short side. But if you can see, markets opened with a gap up, but immediately came down. Now, had this been the opposite color, say for example, markets would have opened here, closed here, and then this low would have been taken out, it would have been a beautiful trade, you can see. Uh, but then again, markets, this particular candle was not bullish, which hinted there are no fresh new participants who had entered the trades at the start of the day, and that was the reason this particular trade could not have been executed, right? Like I said, in case of a bullish candle that would have formed around here, the particular setup that I have discussed, which happens very rarely. But if that happens, and again, there are preset conditions to it. There has to be the previous day activity has to be in a certain way. And based on certain conditions fulfillment, that particular trade can be executed. But that is a very high RR trade, but then a trade which you will come across very rarely. Don't worry, I will be marking out those particular days. I will be mentioning those that particular setup on days in on which it can happen, and definitely once it again happens in the live market, I will be giving examples of it. And as you can say, I had already told that following couple of days can be a bit choppy in the market, and you can see there was no clear price action even on a 5 minutes time frame, and markets change the structure very frequently. Till around here the market was bearish, then again markets created a higher high around here, but then again uh, created a lower high. So it was in all choppy market. There was no particular setup that formed as per my, there was no trade that could have been taken as per the setup that I personally use, right? So we'll be planning now the trades for tomorrow. I'll keep the video extremely short today because there is not much which has changed in the markets on a daily time frame. If we see, yeah, we are above the support levels definitely, but then again the structure is kind of bearish from around here. If you see, it did go up, but we gave for closing down, right? So if you see, this is we are still in a lower high, lower low structure. And in case if we need to change, this particular high needs to be taken out. And then again, if we get a lower high, that is something will structure change. So that is something which will be coming to once it is there. Right now, we'll be planning accordingly. Let me just check the 75 minutes time frame also very quickly. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely fine. Just that a new high was created, so we will be revising this particular zone of ours. It will now be moving around here. Perfect. See, for tomorrow, I have a very simple trade plan. Uh, and now there is one more scenario which can form, cannot form. My plan is to be prepared for anything. And in case if I see something, I will definitely be alerting you guys. So one particular trade plan which can be there, if you can see this particular trend line, and if you think or consider this as a, say for example, a low forms somewhere around here, and then we come back around here. So this is a inverse head and shoulder pattern which will be forming, and then we can look at a continuation trade on the upside for it. But then again, that is subject to market again forming a low which is higher than this low, and then eventually breaking out of this trend line. So this is just for your reference. You can keep an eye on it. This is a time frame, a bigger time frame chart analysis, which can take some time. So just to keep yourself prepared for this particular scenario, I am leaving this particular trend line around here. For tomorrow, the trade plan has to be extremely, extremely simple. This is the low, but then again, we are also having a support level around here, which is kind of the structure has already changed. So in case if this low is breached, I will be more focused on a short trade around this level. See, everything actually depends on price action. What the price is doing around here, is it taking support around these levels or is it trying to break this? Of course, needless to say, below this we are short. Above this particular trend line, I will look at buying trade. Needless to say, like I already have mentioned it many times, this is a daily time frame support, and any break, sorry for that, any break below this will be a shorting opportunity. We can also look for a long opportunity above this particular high, provided this low does not get broken. So this will be a very good double bottom on a 15 minutes chart, and we can look for a short, not a short, but a small, basically not a short. The word is wrong. A small scalp on the long side around here. So yes, that's it. That's gonna be the simple and sweet trade plan for tomorrow. I am expecting the prices to be a little bit more on the sideways side for some time. But again, that is something we'll let the market decide. And our job is to react to the market, not to predict the market. So these are all the multiple scenarios which can happen in the market, and based on what scenario plays out. If there is something which plays out according to our planning, we will be planning a trade. If not, we will be simply avoiding the trade. One more scenario which can be there, because we are pretty near to a support zone as well. Just give me a second, guys. No. But in case if we get a positive price action around this level, we can look for a buying opportunity. Say, for example, markets breaks down below this particular low and then immediately reverses. That will be like a liquidity hunt from previous day low, wherein people who would have shorted the markets around the break of today's low, their SLs will be triggered, and we can definitely look for a long entry around there. So that, yeah, that scenario can also be played out tomorrow, which is based on the trap trading system. So yeah, that's it from my side for today. And that's the wrap of today's Nifty Decode video. And as usual, trade safe, stay patient, and remember, the market rewards preparation and not prediction. And on that note, my usual word of caution, tomorrow is Wednesday. Anybody who is into Nifty, who is trading Nifty and is into options buying, just like me, sincere request from my end would be to switch to the next week's expiry options for any trade that you are executing tomorrow. The VIX is at supreme all-time low. I don't know what is happening to VIX. Yes, it is uh, around 10.797 now. If we look at the India VIX, yeah, I wanted to discuss this as well. Just give me 2 more minutes. So if we look at the India VIX on a daily time frame, so these are probably one of the lowest levels that we have seen VIX in recent times, right? So again, I don't know what is happening. Why is the volatility? Maybe this is because of the uh, volume crunch in the options trading market because there's not much of participation, and that is the reason to decline in India VIX or whatever it is. There is definitely so a decline in India VIX would also mean that the percentage by which Nifty can actually move on a daily basis goes down a lot, right? So there's a mathematical formula. You can simply Google it, and based on that, you can find out what can be the predicted move of Nifty based on the present levels of India VIX. And if that is something wherein there is a low volatility period wherein markets are not bound to move by a lot, so that is a place where we can not expect much of momentum in the option buying, and that is a place where option buyers need to be extremely careful, right? As option buyers, we need a little bit more of the India VIX, right? Because even if you are right and the VIX is continuously falling, the IV will, the intrinsic value of the options will fall down. And even if you are right, you might not make money. So, yeah, that is a disadvantage of trading into options buying. But nonetheless, every system has its own advantages and disadvantages. All you can do is keep your risk reward and your position sizing in check while you are executing. And definitely planning your trades will help you and take you in a very long way. So yeah, that's it from my side for today. This is your Nifty Guy signing off for today. I will see you guys again tomorrow, post the markets. Do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and comment down anything that you might have to say. I'm open to everything, be it feedback, be it criticism, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow, post the market. Cheers. Thank you so much, guys.